diving right in. So what I was thinking about today is it's a concept that has come and gone in my mind in the past, but it's really starting to kind of hit home a little bit more for me. And that is that whole idea that we don't have enough time in the day, struggling with getting all of the things done, feeling like I can't do that, I don't have enough time for that. And the negative side effects of it all, really. And that is what I believe is this one thing that is really going to prevent you from finding success. Now, whether that is just in your day-to-day life, if you are a stay-at-home mom, or you're an entrepreneur, or you have a full-time job, if we constantly obsess over, oh my gosh, how am I going to get all this done? There's way too much on my to-do list. How am I supposed to get this done? This is impossible. This is so hard. Now, first off, we all know that if you've been following me for a while, with the conscious language side of that is just crippling you, but that's not even the main point that I want to make. The main point that I want to make with all of that is we can't make more time, right? We all know that. We can't decide, I want 28 hours today. It doesn't happen. And we all have the exact same amount of time. So how come some people can actually accomplish a lot and some people can accomplish a little? And to me, it's all about where your energy is and really taking time to evaluate what your priorities are. Because for those of us, like so much like myself, where taking time for me and getting out with the horses and all that kind of stuff, while for a long time I felt that was what I really wanted, I didn't make me a priority. I made cleaning my house a priority. I made trying to do all of the things, all of the mom things, all that kind of stuff. I made all of that a priority, but I didn't make myself a priority. And I crippled my own chance at success of actually getting out there with my horse because it just wasn't a priority. And now I know how hard it is. Like, trust me, I know, because I still struggle with this all of the time where we feel like, okay, so I know I need to make myself a priority, but actually figuring out a way to make that happen is a whole other story. So I know a while ago I had a friend in here, she was a guest speaker, Teresa, and she really kind of helped me see new ways to make sure that I get what I need. Because when I actually get what I need, I am so much happier. When I get time for me, when I spend my time wisely, then I am less stressed out. I am less anxious. I am less overwhelmed. And as a result, of course, I'm a better mom. I'm a better wife. I'm a happier me. And so it really just makes sense to figure out how to spend my time and to make sure that I'm on that list. So I know one of the things that is super helpful is to actually take even 5 minutes. 5 minutes, guys. It doesn't take much. And to literally write down, what would your perfect week look like to you? What would it look like? How many activities would you do with your kids? How many times would you go for a ride or at least get out to the horses? How many times would you take a nap? How many times would you work out? What would your perfect week look like? And this is what I learned from Teresa Sanderson. If this sounds interesting to you, make sure you check in the guide section in this group here and check her video out. Because she goes into it a little bit more. But anyway, to really sit with that and to see, well, what does your week look like? Are you just in such a survival state that you don't even know what your perfect week would look like? And if you're kind of living in that, like I did for a very long time, you're probably also feeling very overwhelmed And you might even feel a little bit lost in the direction of where you should go, besides doing the normal everyday tasks, like obviously feed the children, keep the children alive and happy, and keep your house in a somewhat tidy fashion. You know, like when we don't have a direction, it can feel very, I'm trying to think of the right word that I'm looking for, but I want to say overwhelmed, but that's not exactly what I'm looking for, but we'll just go with overwhelmed, because we know we want something different, but we don't even know what that different is. And so we're just kind of forever in this cycle of, I really do need something more, but where do I go from here? I don't want to feel like lost, like I'm floating at sea, but where is land? I don't even know what direction land is to get my feet planted, to feel centered in my life, to know where I want to go and how I want to get there. And when you feel that way, you're going to feel anxious and stressed out and overwhelmed, because it's like your brain is focusing on all of the non-essential things in your life because you don't have a focus, right? Just like our horses, if they don't have something specific to focus on, that's when certain horses can feel anxious. They can feel stressed. They can feel worried because they're worried about the 20 boogeymen that they think are around them, right? But if you can actually be like, okay, no, dude, we're going to do this pattern around these pylons. I need your mind here. Then before long, you can feel them. Oh, okay. I have a direction. I have a path. I know where I need to go. All I need to do is go around this pylon over here, go around this pylon over there at this speed. Okay, I can do this. And then your horse will go from anxious to relaxed to almost empowered, because they're like, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing here. I can do this, and it's fun. And the same thing goes for us, right? Just like if we're like, oh my gosh, worrying about all the things, we know we're kind of unhappy and we're feeling overwhelmed because we're doing too many things all at once, trying to fill maybe an empty hole inside of us. Give yourself a pattern, right? Give yourself pylons to go around. Give yourself benchmarks, stuff to work towards to help you with your overwhelm, your stress, your anxiety. For me, that's lists and goals. I have a day planner that I like. I fall off the wagon, just like everybody else. And I always notice my life is a lot more chaotic, anxious, and stressful when I don't write stuff down. And I'm not talking, I don't plan out every 15 minutes. I have like 3 main things I want to do every day. And then I've got things that I want to do within my business. And I put them on the list. And then it's easy to be like, okay, if I can get this done, if I can check these 6 things off today, yay, I am a happy camper. And then I can kind of move on to, okay, well, I have a lot of energy still. I want to do more. So let's tackle my whole week schedule, or my whole week list of things that I would love to do, right? So I just really want to encourage you, because I know what it's like to kind of feel like you're stuck in that endless cycle of feeling overwhelmed and anxious and stressed out, and especially with seeding coming. Depending where you live, maybe you're already seeding. But when you have 100 things you need to do in the house, and then you also have to be worrying about now all your responsibilities as associated with the farm, then it can be like, oh my gosh, I can't even think straight. I don't even remember my middle name, let alone how old I am, because, you're like, ah! So I just really want to encourage you to do that. Another thing that you might be interested, if this is something that you're struggling with, is I am making, it's just a little, I don't know exactly what the right exact term to call it. It's not necessarily a workshop. It's just more so like kind of like a mini class. And I have a video that I'm going to be sharing with you. And if you want it, I'm going to put a link in there, and there's no cost involved at all. And depending where you're watching this from, If you're watching it within the group, the link is going to be in the description. If you're watching this on YouTube, the link will also be in the description. If you're watching this on Instagram TV, the link will be in my bio, and there'll just be a little tab there that you can touch, and it's just going to be like 7 steps to help your anxiety. Just click on that, put in your information, bing, bing, boom. On the 22nd, it will show up in your inbox. There's also going to be an audio format. So for those of you that like podcasts, it'll be simple. You can listen to it. You can work. Easy peasy. And if you sign up by the end of day on the 21st, you actually get a free month of coaching in my group, which is going to be for a full 30 days. You get access to that. So that's super, I think, awesome and exciting. I love that group of amazing women. But anyway, I just encourage you to find your path, make a plan so you have some direction in your life, because that will greatly help with your feelings of overwhelm and stressed out and anxiousness. Because when your brain is free floating around all of the things, you're going to feel all of that yuck that I know deep down you don't want. So anyway, have a fantastic day, and we will chat again soon. Take care.